It has been entirely too long since Kara Zor-El has gotten her own big definitive movie, and now with Superman dropping this past July and lighting the fuse for the DCU, it is now Supergirl's turn to step out of her cousin's shadow. And look, if this movie pulls from the Tom King Woman of Tomorrow comic the way that it should, we could be looking at one of the most unique and special superhero movies that we have ever gotten. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 4 things that I need in Supergirl 2026. Let's get into it. Before we start, I want to announce that I'm giving away 2 copies of Tom King's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and the only way to enter is to become a Patreon on my brand new Patreon page. Becoming a Patreon gives you early access to all my YouTube videos. You get your name at the end of all these videos as well. You get access to giveaways, the first one being Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and I also have exclusive videos like reactions and vlogs and all that you can check out on there, and polls and whatnot. So go check out my Patreon for a chance to win one of these, which one of the best comics of all time, so it's not too shabby. Number 1 is that Supergirl needs to have a very different tone than Superman. The most important thing to me about Supergirl is that she's not just Superman as a girl. He is hopeful. He's a good person in a cynical world. She is not that. She is a very broken character. She was old enough to know what happened on Krypton and to watch everybody she's known and loved just die instantly. In fact, this is the whole reason that this story is even set up. She's depressed, so she goes across the galaxy to a planet that has a red sun so that she can drink her problems away. She's kind of an alcoholic, and that's what's so fun about her. Not to mention that when she gets to Earth, her cousin, who she's sent there to protect, is already grown up and a hero, and everybody looks up to him, and now she just feels like she's in his shadow. We are following a broken character who is a little bit more relatable than Superman because she has gone through a lot more pain and has experienced a lot more loss than he has. Need number 2 for this movie is that it needs to be narrated and from the point of view of Ruthye Null, the little girl that she meets on this planet, and this piggybacks off of my need number 1. If you have not read the comic Woman of Tomorrow, the whole idea is that Supergirl is approached by this little girl named Ruthye, who is on a mission to find the man that killed her father, and basically they go on this giant adventure across the universe to find this man. But the whole story is narrated by the little girl, and the reason that this is so important to me is because, as I said, Supergirl is a very broken character, and in the pages of the comics, we see this. It's shown in the artwork. However, Ruthye, being the child that she is, only ever describes Supergirl as being the most amazing person that she has ever seen, and this hero who is selfless and will do anything to help her. And this is my favorite part of the story because it shows the contrast between how Supergirl actually is, this broken character who doesn't really have anything figured out, versus how Ruthye describes her as this hero, this selfless character. To me, for this movie to be a 10 out of 10, it needs to have Ruthye narrating the story, because whenever I think about this story on the big screen, that's what I picture, and I just need it. I just need it. Number 3 is that it needs to embrace the cosmic interstellar adventure that it is. As I stated earlier, the book follows Kara and Ruthye as they chase Krim, the man that killed Ruthie's father, across the galaxy, and the art of this book is like 50% of the fun. I mean, it is actually ridiculous. There are war-scarred worlds that they go through. There's space dragons that they have to fight along the way. They use a bus that takes them from galaxy to galaxy, and it's one of the most beautifully drawn comics of all time, and I need the cinematography to bring me that. I need the interstellar galactic type of movie. I know it's kind of cheesy to say that I want it to look like Interstellar, but I do. Almost even more colorful than Interstellar, honestly. And finally, though I already mentioned that I want the tone of this story to be darker and different from Superman, I want Supergirl herself to be edgy. She is by no means a stereotypical superhero. She swears, she drinks, she gets very, very mad at times. She 100% toes the line at being a morally good character, but she always chooses the good side in the end. But it comes close at times, and I do kind of like that. And I'm already 95% sure that they're going to do this just from the cameo that we got at the end of Superman. She walks in, cussing, stumbling. She's obviously drunk. It's great. It looked perfect. I'm going to go ahead and say on the record right now that if Supergirl does all of these things that I have just said, that it is going to be better than Superman. And I have Superman as a 5-star movie. I think it's nearly perfect, but Supergirl could be perfect. I truly think that. There's a lot more room for arc, there's a lot more room for storytelling, there's a lot more room for cinematography and choreography. It has the potential to be better than Superman. But I do want to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments if there's anything on this list that I missed that you think Supergirl absolutely needs to have in order for it to be good, or if I added something that you don't think it necessarily needs. Please let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing and checking out my Patreon for a chance to win Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and just for some cool exclusive content that nobody else gets to see. I'll link that in the description. Go check it out. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.